Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about all the essential things you need to have set up in order to start up a new restaurant that you want for your delivery service. So first and foremost, we're going to go to the restaurant section on our admin backend, and you will see that this opens up by default, but we're going to click add. Now, we will have a pop-up screen that says Automated Restaurant and Menu Builder, and this is our feature that will help you save time by automatically syncing the menus and creating a restaurant profile and getting everything in order so you don't have to spend so much manual work getting a new restaurant created. But in this case, we're going to talk about manually setting up a restaurant profile, so we're going to X out of this. If you want to learn more about our automated restaurant and menu builder, click the link down below. It will take you to a blog post that will explain everything that it does, and then you will have a video that explains a step-by-step process as well. So we're going to X out of this, and we will add a new restaurant. We'll call it Test Restaurant 2, and we will add it. And now we will see a lot of information, but don't worry, it's not that complicated. It does look intimidating, but we'll go through all of it and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. So first, under Edit Restaurant, we see that it is inactive and there's a red question mark, which means that the location is not detected for this restaurant. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the name set up. We will assign a menu to this restaurant. Let's just say it's this one. Now, once we've done that, if you have your location broken up into zones, you can add that specific restaurant to a zone. Let's just add it to the Orlando zone. And here we will input an address. Let's just say it's 3 Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida, 32803. So now once we've done that, we can leave the mailing address and the mailing city empty. That is not essential. And now we will put a number. So let's just say this is the number of the restaurant. Takeout time, you can leave at 30 minutes. Email, fax combined to one page. We don't have to mess with unless your restaurant requires a fax to receive their orders. Now, auto set to partners is usually just disabled. This will essentially automatically push the order to the restaurant as soon as it gets injected into your dispatch screen, which is not, some places want to do it because they have a really quick prep time, but you want to leave this disabled at least for the first few orders to see how it works. Now from here, we have email address and email address takeout. These are the addresses that will receive emails for these orders if you have it set up under order placement method. Okay, so in this case, the best case scenario is to put, manager at testrestaurant1 or 2.com, and then if there is another email, from another owner or business partner, you can just put a comma, then a space, and then you can put manager2 at testrestaurant2.com, right? So we can do that as well. Now, send which email to the restaurant. You can get a restaurant copy and a driver copy. Basically, they just have this must be enabled if they have a tablet. So if they are receiving orders through the tablet, this must be checked off. The driver copy will just have a more summarized information, how the driver sees it. Obviously, fax number, if they do receive copies of the orders through fax, you will have to have this number filled out. Now for email address for takeout, this will only work for takeout orders, obviously. Then we have Eat-A-Bit printer and Sprinter printer. This is a completely different topic that we're not going to get into right now because this is not essential to create a restaurant profile, as well as this tab down below. Now, under order placement method, this needs to be filled out, and there's a couple of different options. I will also leave a link down below that will explain all the order placement methods and what they do. For now, let's just say that they receive orders through the tablet on the DeliverLogic tablet, and then you have a couple of different setups here for those orders. for now, we're just going to leave it as it is. Now let's just talk about quickly about these 4 tabs right here. We have about the restaurant. This is the information that's going to show up on the menu when the customer is ordering. All right. From that specific restaurant profile. Then we have a message for the customer that shows on the menu as a summary on the left or right hand side of on the website, that you can say, you know, no modifications for any menu items, please. For example, right, if the restaurant wouldn't honor any changes to their menu, you can just leave that info there. Dispatcher notes, this is a really useful tab to fill out for any special instructions that you have, or if your restaurant is a place online restaurant, meaning, you know, you have a non-partnered Panera Bread restaurant that you want to place orders through online, you can inject info here. Then we also have the driver pickup instructions, which are very useful if you're using the driver place in person or driver call-in placement method. So you can fill that out there, but you don't have to, right? I'm just giving you a little tip that it's going to make your operations run smoother. Then we have additional pickup notes for takeout orders. This is added in consumer text. Basically, you know, if the restaurant has 2 entrances, one is specifically for takeout, you know, you can leave that information in here. Group ordering, we're not going to mess with that right now. Now, under tags, you have to have at least 1 tag set up for this restaurant profile to work. So in this case, let's just say it's an American restaurant. We'll go into cuisine types, American, America soul food, and there we go. Now the last tab will have a couple of different things, and the only one you should be worried about right now before you start fine-tuning things is offers delivery, offers takeout. Those will, you know, you will obviously get an answer from the owners. Do they offer delivery and takeout? Let's just say they do. And do they allow as soon as possible orders? If you leave this unchecked, it's going to basically have a structure to where they have to order in the future only. And we're going to mention that in the limit order section soon. Now, let's just leave it as it is. Save. And always make sure you save changes that you make. And now you can see that there's a number 10, meaning that we do have a location that got recognized. Everything is good to go. And now all we have to do is make it active. In this case, we're just going to leave it inactive for now, and we'll hop over to the hours tab. Really quick, be careful when you're setting these up because they can be overlapping, and you can see it right here. So for now, let's just do a really simple setup and that you can modify later. Let's just say from 9 to 11, we have breakfast, and then you can leave a gap. You can say that they maybe close after breakfast, and you can leave a gap and say from 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. is lunch, right? So they have an hour gap where they don't receive orders, and then from 5 p.m. or you can also put it to 4:30. Maybe they just don't close once they open for lunch until 9 p.m. We have this setup for the restaurant. Now, in order to make it easy, you click copy to all, and then you can, you know, edit individual ones. Like maybe on Sunday they close early, and then you can just change that one and then hit save. All right. Now we also have normal hours override. I will leave a link to a YouTube video below discussing this. This is in case you need to close a specific restaurant for a holiday, for a special event, or anything like that. And you can also leave a message to why they're closed if you want to. Now, manage fees, there's a couple of different structures. You have zone-based fees, easy fees, and mileage-based fees. Map-based fees are a little complicated. We're not going to go over that. But these you will probably already have set up with some of your restaurants. So all you have to do is select a specific restaurant and copy over the, let's just say it's this restaurant. We'll just copy that fee structure to this and hit save zone fees. And you can also do the mileage based fees where you can tier everything out. You just need to pay attention to what you're editing, which column and which numbers you're putting in, and you should be good to go. We're not going to dwell on this too much. Limit orders option, a very, very useful thing that you don't necessarily need to do in the beginning when creating a new profile, but it's really good to have later down the road. I'm going to leave a link down below for this as well. Now the prep times, this is really good to have on a static prep time. How many minutes do the restaurants need in general to prepare food? Like on average, let's say 25 minutes. We'll just leave it like that, and you're good to go. If you want to go further into it, you can set this to 0, and you will get this huge window that will let you put granular prep time, meaning you can set up different prep times throughout the day. Link down below for that as well. You don't have, as I said, we're just going over essentials. We're not going to go over the nitty-gritty stuff, so we'll just put it back to 15 minutes. Additional charges, again, something that you don't have to have set up. Deals, another thing that you can look into further later, but it's not essential. Financial tab is pretty important, so always make sure you fill this out for proper reporting. So let's just say that the delivery commission is, let's say, 16%, takeout commission is 10%, and this is a partnered restaurant, and you pay them, if you pay them, for example, through the drivers, you will select pay and pick up. But if you're just paying them every week or every 2 weeks, whatever agreement you come to, you can just leave it as ACH and directly transfer the money. Now here you will be able to add local sales tax, and also you can do markup percentages here. This is something that's a little more advanced, really varies from location to location, so I'm going to leave this to you guys. But I will mention that reporting email and summary email address are reports that go out daily, weekly, or monthly to a restaurant, and you can completely control when they go out and who they're getting sent to. Just remember, same as info tab, manager 1 at test restaurant 1. If you want 2 or 3 or 4 recipients of this report, all you have to do is comma, space, and input another email. Now, once you've done that, make sure you hit save, and you can also control your smart pay buffer and options over here. This is related to the smart pay cards that they pay for the food with. Now, under context notes and SEO, this is useful to fill out just for your own sake. And then the SEO is search engine optimization, so you can inject some keys here, and it's going to change how this link shows up on Google search engine. Logos, also pretty self-explanatory. You can either have a remote URL, so you can pull any picture, right-click it, copy image, image link, and you will be able to paste it in here and hit save, and it should populate right here. If not, you can select choose file and upload a logo if you're choosing. That's going to be cropped down if it's not the right dimensions that you can read right over here. Again, not essential, but really nice to have because it will definitely improve the conversion rate of customers looking at the menu and actually ordering. Now, single embed, you don't have to touch anything here. This is a little more advanced. The standalone site is our free website builder, and you can utilize this page right here to change the branding of that restaurant, to put different colors, to change their information, hours of operation, and anything like that that you need. More about that in the link down below. I will leave you guys a link so you can see what else you can do with this. And then under promos, you can control if how many points the customers get if they go from call-in to web to app, and this is for your rewards marketplace if you have it set up. And then under miscellaneous, you have featured restaurants and recommended. This is going to structure when and how the restaurant shows up on your delivery page. So if it's a featured restaurant, it will always show on top before the rest of the restaurants are showed, and as well as recommended restaurants are the ones that you will show customers to order first. So it can probably be your local partnered restaurants compared to, you know, fast food chains and national chains. So that is all you have to do in the beginning. Make sure that you make the restaurant active, and always when you make any change in any of these windows, always make sure you hit save. Don't forget, so you don't waste time. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.